No, I think the timing was fine. It was just the fact that the dog never did the push-ups. Sorry about that. What's up, everybody? Eric here, Tabletop Haven. It's been a minute, but I just kind of, something came calling to me. This is, it's hard to say nostalgia, but this is definitely a bit of nostalgia for me. We are going to be visiting, again, the Townsfolk Tussle world, Eureka Springs, all that stuff, because there is a new Kickstarter out, is out today. I just got the email saying, hey, check it out. And so Townsfolk Tussle, for those of you who don't know, was essentially the game that got me to start doing videos. This game, it sang to me in every way, shape, or form. Like, I loved the idea of it, the boss battling nature of it, but more than anything, the setting, the artwork, like, everything around it was I loved everything about it. So, I got to do a dive into the new Kickstarter, but I wanted to do a little bit of a little nostalgic deep dive, a little talk about the original game and what we're looking at, and just some things that were kind of mind-boggling at the time, and looking back even more so, and then kind of doing a little bit of future prediction, things like that. But anyway, so Townsfolk Tussle. It's a boss battle with that art style. So first things first is we got, like, I did painting on a number of the characters, and just because everything about it, so much fun, so cool, just exciting, and like I said, it's realistically the game that really made me want to make a first video, because when it came in, I wanted to unbox it. I was so excited. I had no idea what I was doing. I think I ended up making the video like 3 times. I explained it in there. Like, it was just a mess, but I didn't care. I loved every single minute of that mess. So yeah, I don't know how many videos I've made now since then, but that Townsfolk Tussle was my jumping off point. I just had to, like, I was so excited I had to express it to the world, because I can only tell my wife like 150 times how excited I am about something. So I'll tell the 6 of you that watch this video about it. But regardless, so I made that unboxing video. I don't ever think I made a follow-up video on that. At that point I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just kind of doing it for funsies. Box would come in, I'd open it, whatever. But this is going to be a bit of a look back. I have not played Townsfolk Tussle in a while. We'll see how I deal with, like, when it was delivered and things like that, but it's been a long time since I've actually played the game. And it's a little sad, but I think there's a beacon on the horizon that might help things out here. So, Townsfolk Tussle. I loved everything about the idea. I loved everything about it. But when I played the game, I ran into what I think some other people ran into, was a length issue. The game was too long. And I don't necessarily mind long games, but I think the problem for me came in that it's not an easy game. I know some people say, like, it doesn't scale quite right, like, it's hard in the beginning, but then gets easier. I didn't necessarily run into that. I thought, like, it depended on the final boss and how that shook out, but I definitely lost some situations. I definitely won some situations, so it was kind of, but I thought it was overall difficult enough to when you have something that's very long and very difficult, I think that is where, for me, it's a little bit troublesome. Because if I can get a long experience and... I don't know. It's tough to say because I don't want a game to be, like, long, but I want the experience. And if you're playing a long game and all of a sudden it just be, like, at the end, get either just punched or beaten, it has to carry enough throughout the whole game to carry that bad ending. And I thought because of the length, it was tough to carry the excitement through the entire game to get to the ending and win or lose. Versus if it had been half the time or so, you could be more excited about the build-up, and then the final fight can be like, oh, you're so close, or oh, you know, versus like the extended experience being a little bit like too much and being like, okay, we're gonna get there. We just gotta get through this. Then we gotta get through this. Then we get through this, and then to be like bleh, defeated is, I think, where for me it kind of hit a bit of a wall. And I haven't played it in a very long time. I played it solo. I played it with 2. I don't remember. I might have played it with 3. I don't recall. But, so, that's where I'm at. But, here's what I wanted to get into. Few things. I loved everything about this company and everything about what they did so much that I am 100% going to look at the new expansion, because I've heard it tweak some things potentially with the time, which A, is great. B, sometimes I think companies just deserve to be... I mean, you could say nobody deserves anything, but sometimes companies just deserve to have that you put faith in them. Certain people just have companies where they'll back anything they put out just because they want to support the company. And this is it's their first project, but it's an expansion to their first project. And already for me, like, I'm almost to that point of, like, I haven't even looked at the campaign. I wanted to do it blind. I wanted to do it with you and just kind of look and see what we're dealing with. But I wanted to go a little bit over the original campaign and why it's, like, just mind-boggling what they did. So, you saw here, we have, like, the miniatures. The production, like, the production is insane. So let's look at the pledge. I think the pledge was... Yeah, okay, so that's the... Okay, so I was like, I don't remember it being $150. Yeah, right here, $85. It was $85. And it was estimated delivery September 2021, so I'm guessing the project launched September 2020. So, midst of the pandemic. And, like, $85, and then... like, their shipping wasn't out of control. They probably ate, I don't know how much on shipping. Let's see if they talk about shipping. So, it's at $20. If it was $20, like, $105, like, bananas. They were super communicative, and they, like, I don't remember if they were exactly on time of September 2021, but it was darn close, and I don't know what they did compared to everyone else, but everyone else at the time was, like, floundering and, like, we need more time, we need this, and, like, it was phenomenal what they did. And for that alone, like, $85 for this game is almost like stealing, in my opinion. Like, just, like I get it. I said, like, I don't even know, I haven't played the game, but realistically, I mean, this game, I'm very curious what it's going to be, because they're reprinting it. I'm going to say they're reprinting it at, I'm going to guess $125 to $135. That's like $40 to $50 increase. I think that would be probably somewhat realistic. I'll say 125. I'll say 120 because I think they're going to try and like but they have to increase. I feel like there's no way they can increase. If it's at $85, like I'm going to seriously look at other companies and be like, how are things getting priced the way they are? But we'll see. Again, I haven't looked at anything from the new campaign, but I wanted to do that. So yeah, they were very efficient in their release. Everything turned out beautifully. It was insane for a company's first Kickstarter, for a first shout out. Like I couldn't handle it. I couldn't believe what they did as first timers, and there's all the miniatures, and that's all the miniatures. So like, you get all that, and they're so cool. They're so good. All the bases have, it wasn't just blank bases. It was all the hooligans had their, different things going on. Oh man, it's so good. Like everything, I should love this game way more than I'm excited to love this game more, and I'm hoping that the expansion. So, enough gushing about the previous stuff. We're going to jump into the new stuff, the new reprint and expansions, and see what we're dealing with. I'm not sure entirely. I saw a little bit. I think there's going to be some new characters. There's some new ruffians, and I think that I'm going to put the expansion cost at $30 a piece, $30 for each. I don't know exactly what the expansions. So 60, and then I'll say like a group bundle of 50. That's where my brain is at. I have no idea what's in them, so I don't know. And then the reprint at like 120. So maybe they'll do like a 150 price point for everything. We'll see. That's just my guess. That's just my gut, and like what they've done versus value. I still think we'll see. We'll see what it is. All right, let's take a look at it. So they're already making $460,000. That is more than they made with the original campaign, at least up front. Not counting like late backs and things like that. It's got 22 days. It's 463,000. 22 days left to go. They're already surpassing. This will go over 1 million, like pretty easily. So there's that. So good for them. So they have 3,400 backers. They had 6,700 backers before. Okay, so that looks like a pretty big expansion, and that looks like a smaller-ish expansion. So I'm guessing we got just some more stuff. I think you're going to like the neighboring city or neighboring area. That's creepy. Little face-off situation going on here. A water tower. That's exciting. So more items, I'm guessing. So let's take a look and see what we're dealing with. Oh no! The sheriff is still dead. Poor guy. There's been no time to bury him with all these ruffians flooding from the neighboring towns, not to mention the peddler's wares have run dry and we're down to nothing but scraps. But worry not, all hope isn't lost. The peddler's got a plan and the townsfolk still have a few tricks up their sleeve. So if they play their cards right, they just might make it out in one piece. Like, that artwork is fantastic. He's got, like, he's missing his arm, head cut off. It's a special ability of the chicken, by the way. Alright, so here is, this looks like the original, Foul Neighbors, an expansion, Odd Jobs, an expansion. Alright, so it looks like we got 4 new ruffians, potentially 2 new heroes. So comparatively, we had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 6. So it's a significant amount of content. So that $30 is going to be $30 might be for this one. This might come in at 50. So I'm going to say 50 and I'm going to say 30. 80 $80, and then a discount if you buy them both, $70. That's all right. That's my gut reaction right now. Altogether, what did I say? 80 plus 200 for everything, 175 for everything. Okay, there's my gut reaction. We'll see how close I am to what they're doing. All right, New here, let's get you up to speed. Oh, if you're new here. I'm not new here, but let's Townsfolk Tussle's co-op boss battler set in the chaotic cartoon town of Eureka Springs. Want to dive deeper into the base game? Click here to check out our previous Kickstarter with more info on how to play. Need that expansion content. Eureka Springs is still in dire straits, more dire than ever actually. New ruffians waltz into town each day, and the peddler is struggling just to keep us supplied. This sounds like the perfect time for expansion content. Foul Neighbors expansion. This is the big one. Word of the sheriff's demise has finally reached our neighboring towns, and the residents are looking to take advantage of our little slice of heaven. Sprinkle Falls. Quaint lakeside town known for its dismal climate and depressing atmosphere. Worn down by the weather, some of the citizens have taken upon themselves to migrate to our humble town in search of a better life. Unfortunately, they don't have all the best intentions. So there we go. We got this, oh jeez. It's like hooked them with a sandwich. That's so good. Like, this is the stuff that's so good. It's so good. Got this guy over here. He looks creepy. And to the east, there's Misty Bluff. So this is what? To the north, east, Misty Bluff. Ever wonder about that quiet town across the docks? Well, the locals might have friendly demeanor. Don't be fooled. Each one of them has something they're trying to hide. Misty Bluffers keep weaseling their way into our town and blending in with the rest of us. In other words, the Foul Neighbors expansion brings more ruffians, more townsfolk, more terrain, and more complexity to the townsfolk you know and love. So it's just more stuff. The ruffians are learning. Check out the brains on these guys. Don't expect a simple bout of fisticuffs. Each ruffian brings their own level of complexity. That was one of the things, especially with the final fights, is they were very different, which is great. And so doing more of that is great. Okay, this guy brings water. Each new ruffian sets the stage using ambush cards. Ambush cards put the ruffian's plan into action from the get-go. Read them carefully as they often provide insight on the battle to come. Cool. Wow. Be on the lookout for new terrain and tokens. Cozy campfire. Well-placed lawnmower might be the difference between victory and defeat. New compatible friends. A mask-toting ink slinger and foolhardy refrigerator. What more could you ask for? Foul Neighbors is fully compatible with Odd Jobs expansion, so feel free. Let's take a look inside the box. So, here we go. 8 double-sided ruffian mats. I believe the double-sided was just for the regular, and then for, or maybe like for the setup for the, if they're the final boss. Alright, so 8 ruffians. Ernie Opal. Look at even the details on the base. Like, it's very creepy stuff, but it hits a note for me that's just wonderful. Red Atrocious. Not sure exactly what that is. I'll take it. The Door Knockers. They look wonderful. Miss Falls & Co. The Water Tower. Barry Bluff. This is the guy wearing somebody else's face. That's lovely. Tilda Fields. And not sure exactly what that is. Tartar Fish Boy. This is the one who hooks people with sandwiches. And Patches. I love that. Look at that miniature. That's fantastic. Miniatures, by the way, are just phenomenally great. I love everything about them. Dual layer Patches costume map. I don't know what that means, but apparently he has some special thing going on. Then we got 2 dual layer townsfolk bats. We got Judy Marks and Frigid Jones, and then their minis that go along with them. We got Ruffian action cards, some starting gear cards, some more Ruffian gear, and then some more unique gear. And unique gear matches along with when you defeat a Ruffian, they will give you unique things. Secret gear, it's secret. Character tokens, town events, more tokens, terrain, sorted terrain pieces, likely 13. If there's 13 terrain cards, there's probably 13 terrain pieces. Standees. The standees I like. Well, you could use them for one thing, but the nice thing is, at least with the base game, the standees had front and backs. So like this, you have this here, and you flip it over, and it would be that picture from the back side, and instead of kind of like mirrored or whatever. And that was nice for painting, because I like being able to see the backs of things when I paint them. I mean, granted, you can always just wing it, but yeah, it's very nice for being able to paint, so that's cool. These are also very good miniatures to paint. Obviously, super fun. And then now the Peddler with the Odd Jobs expansion. It was a particularly profitable night of gambling for the Peddler, until it wasn't. With one bad hand, the folks at the tavern collected their winnings, every last piece of the Peddler's wares, and all her profits, and skipped town. How's Eureka Springs supposed to survive without gear to defend it? That's quite unfortunate. So what now? Luckily, her Peddler is quite resilient. She did some emergency dumpster diving and concocted a plan. She's just going to need a little help from her favorite customers. In the Odd Jobs expansion, you'll help the Peddler restock her cart and fill the abandoned rolls around town. Scavenge the holes, lands, nooks, and crannies for anything that could be of use. You'll get to get creative if you want to survive. In other words, the Odd Jobs expansion focuses on gear synergies and strategies. Unlock a plethora of gear across several sessions, and complete gear sets to gain powerful abilities. Okay, so it seems like, I don't know if it's necessarily a crafting situation, but maybe a crafting sort of thing. Peddler has jotted down a handful of locations you can scavenge in her journal. You'll need to make preparations before heading out. So, yeah, okay, maybe you can combine things together to make, so bobby pin plus a jammed locket makes a couples locket. Okay. I'm fine with that. The Peddler's wares ain't what they used to be. Some gear will need to be repaired, opened, or used in new ways to unlock their true potential. Each time you do, you'll be treated to poetically portrayed unlocked story. Trampoline, that's fantastic. Growing over 100 pieces of unlockable gear await, including deployables. I don't know about the unlockable stuff. We'll see if you get a bunch of stuff and then I don't want it to be too difficult to unlock, I guess is my issue. By collecting sets, you'll help fill the empty rolls around town. There are perks to every job. Find enough matching gear to gain synergy. Neat. Let's take a look in the box. Okay, so we have 30 bottom barrel Peddler gear. So this might be like the base stuff that you can just get. 120 unlockable gear. Alright, that's cool. 20 tarot-sized roll cards. Okay, this is interesting. So your characters can then have a roll, potentially, and maybe get bonuses. You're the town crier. Let me see your toddler tactics. Whenever you prevent or reduce damage, gain 1 accuracy for the fight. If you have 5 accuracy, your town crier weapons deal +1 damage. Okay. So it's kind of like rolls that give you little things that you can play for during the course of the game. I like it. Journal and sticker sheet. I'm guessing you can unlock things to get things. Deployable tokens. Okay. So the trampoline, like that looked like it was part of not necessarily a train, but something you can add. I do like that a lot. Having the ability to manipulate the map instead of it just being static, I think is a great idea. So that's cool. Alright. Spectacular 2nd edition. Alright. Curious here. New, bigger box. That's fine. We made a few gameplay errata and clarified adjustments. The base game is streamlined. First edition is still fully compatible with all new. An upgrade pack is available, but all update assets will be free to download. Okay, cool. Bigger box. We teamed up with... the box does... I think it's fine. I have a little bit of rise, but I'm also not. I don't have it packed as efficiently as possible. I probably could get it down to where it needs to be. I also saved all the cardboard, or not all the cardboard, but some of the cardboard sheets for painting purposes. So that would also free up room. 3-round mode. Want a quicker game? The new 3-round mode provides a quicker, tighter experience. Yes, please. Shopping update. The Peddler is more willing to offload her wares, now restocking, and cart reset rules make it easier to find what you need. I like that too, being able to cycle through things. Turn the odds in your favor. Use Moxie to double your chance of success on that crucial roll. Okay. Let's take a look inside the box. Alright, rulebook, player boards, double-sided, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it looks different. Cards, mini highlights. Alright, these are all the miniatures. Did that. Pledge levels. 105. Okay. So, like I said, base game went up. It only went up $20. Which, fine. To be fair, MSRP went up $40. But that $20 price increase, worth. Returning Townsfolk, only the new stuff is $115. That's more expensive than I was expecting. That's more than the base game. How do I feel about that? It's more than the base game. I guess the Fallen Neighbors Odd Jobs, as well as an upgrade pack for updated assets, the Fantastic First Edition print. This was really cool, by the way, this gravestone thing, where you could... The artwork was really well done. People could pay and get like their gravestones. Well, let me show you. It's freaking awesome. So you can see all around the outside of the box. Pretty awesome. It's a good idea. Very good idea. Like it a lot. Alright, add-ons. So 75. What I said? No, I don't think I said that. I think I said 50. Yeah, that might have been low. 75 plus 30. So 105, which is, and then the upgrade pack is what? Upgrade pack. So there's no discount for... So I could just do that for 105. The upgrade pack. Metal coins, unnecessary, for me at least. Pin set, I really like them, but I won't get them. Stretch goals, okay. Ooh, look at that, look at that. Oh, okay, never mind. I was like, whoa. He started high. They won't go in this way. Town neighbor events, peddler access pass, base game UV spotlighting, phantom finder deployable, odd job spot UV printing, foul neighbors spot UV printing. Yuck, it's a cockroach. Da-da-da-da. Daily reveals, check back tomorrow. Alright, I mean, that's a lot of... They have 22 days left. They're doing daily reveals. That's interesting. Because I don't know what the reveals are. If it's just... they're just going to tell you stuff, or it says new content. We'll dive deeper into... Also, yeah, it's tough to say if it's actually going to be stuff, or if it's going to be more like, hey, look at this thing we did. Essential expansions. One-stop co-op shop. People. Shipping cost, returning townsfolk, so $33 for returning townsfolk. Others welcome to okay. 33 plus 115. 150. It's 150. 150 for this. I guess this is where the question of, do you put your money where your mouth is? Like, do you support them for what they did? I think there's a good chance I will back this because of this. I'm guessing they may have lost money on this one. Maybe broke even. I don't know. I don't remember if they had to ask for extra money for shipping or not. I don't recall. They might have. But there's a potential that I will back this just to support more of this and to support the company. Because even though this $150 with this plus shipping is a big number for me, it's kind of a package deal. I haven't spent $250 on a board game ever, I don't think. Because that'd be $150 plus $105 from this. That'd be $250. I spent, I think Oathsworn was my most at $180. $250. But, like I said, it's about supporting the company. And so, is that something that I do just because I believe in them and how they've handled themselves through all this? This is a tough one for me. This is, you're seeing real life thought process of Eric here, because I honestly was not expecting this price point. I wasn't. I was thinking like 80. Yeah, I mean, obviously I was thinking lower. I didn't know how much was in there, so I get the fact that it's like this is 75, which realistically is probably pretty good. I mean, the base game was 85, but I think that was underpriced. So that's probably legit. The question is, do I spend $250 on a board game? Which I've never done before, even though I do love the company. That's really the question that it boils down to for me. And I'm trying to think of any game that I have come close to that with. Oathsworn is the close. I'm pretty sure Oathsworn at 180. I think Massive Darkness was 150 that I put in. If these came out together, I can tell you, well, I can't say for certain. What's the second edition? It's 105. So would I just boom? Because typically when I back, I don't back expansions. I back the base. Occasionally I will back an expansion, but I never go all in. So the all in, I mean, that's 210, and then essentially with its shipping, it's 250. It's a tough one. This is a tough one for me. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do. I have 3 weeks to think about it, and 3 weeks to make a decision. But board games aren't cheap. Board games are not cheap. Let me see here. I want to look at the third player thing, or the three. So here's the update. The 3-round mode is an update with that shopping thing. But they also said that it's free to download post campaign, so I could get all these things post campaign. I feel bad for getting what I think was a ridiculous deal on the first one, but I'm not sure I'm ready to commit $150 to back that. I don't remember if they asked. Sorry. All right, you guys are going through like some legit stuff right now. This is the process of my brain working. So here's what I'm doing. I'm going to look back and see if they asked for additional shipping. I thought they did. And I think that I not only paid that, but then also like gave them some money in addition to that. Shipping update, shipping pledge manager, Gen Con, we're off to the printers. Panic roll, shipping woes. Let's check this one out. Global shipping crisis, so yep, they're talking about that. That's all happening. Shipping companies in some cities. Sorry, I wouldn't need to be recording this, but I'm going to, because then you can just see my thought process of how things work. But feel free to stop if you don't want to watch anymore. case. Love ya. Bye. But I'm going to go over this and just kind of see how my brain works. As far as production goes, we're certainly just on track. Now, as for booking boat ship, we're discussing the options. Our main major lines of freight price increases. U.S. freight increase cost is our highest increase despite all percentages you see in the list because of the high parcel amount being shipped. We see 148% increase to this price, while the customs cost increased 25%. Right now we're going to continue checking the prices since we're not quite sure. Full scale, we're crossing our fingers. From how we've seen other approach, we have three options. We could wait. Same price hike won't last forever. We could ask backers to help cover the costs. We cover the costs out of pocket. At this point in time, if costs stay where they are, we're gonna cover all extra costs ourselves. We are by all means a small indie publisher, but we are privileged enough to survive the cost hike because of all you backers. It's over 100,000. Well, it might sound scary. It was a decision all three of us agreed on. Nothing is set in stone. Shipping. Blah, 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 blah. Next one. Next update. Shipping woes. Longpack is officially working on our mass production. Not much to update just yet. We're inching closer to mass production. We want to throw a first warning whistle. Finalize your stuff. Comments. Shipping U.S. We discussed with this logistics company, actually the same logistics company as to Succubus. He said it is an option in regards to opening PMC. Folks can order amounts, add more to help pitch in. Due to the fact that we're so far along the process, we can't adjust the order count anymore. The printers are aligned in regards to opening up some sort of tip jar for people who are willing to help. We hear you loud and clear, and we're super touched. We'll have a clear picture of our shipping fees once we're further along. Three options we mentioned before. Yeah, they really talked about not wanting to raise the prices. Component list, blah, blah. Next. Month warning shipping update. Haven't paid for shipping yet. I'm checking to see if they had to, if they asked for extra shipping. It doesn't look like they did, or if they did a like tip jar thing, because I'm almost sure I sent them extra money, but I could be wrong. Let's check shipping update. Delayed a few more weeks. Manufacturing expected. Address changes. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they never did. All boxed up. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. It's so good. Double side note, I'm going to share some of Rachel's attempts to paint. Confirmation boats booked. I don't know. Splitting products. Rough timelines, US games. March delivery, home stretch, shipping update. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Maybe not. Maybe this is my chance to give back to them who rocked socks during all of this stuff. So it delivered in... I mean, see what I'm saying? It delivered, like, in late December of 2021 during all of that garbage. Like, that's pretty bonkers. That is pretty bonkers. Like, maybe early. So, it's pretty ridiculous that they were able to do that through all the COVID stuff. So, Yup. This is a very difficult one for me. I don't know what I'm going to do. But that's okay. It's okay. Because I'm sure other people are having these same thoughts. But Panic Roll, they rock socks. They are amazing. I am so happy for them. I'm so happy for this number right here. I mean, it's gone up 4K since I've started my video, which means my video's been long, but that's normal. But like, they're gonna get well over 1 million. They could get 1.5 million by the end of things, and they deserve it. And we'll see what I ultimately end up doing. $150 for this. It's a lot for me. I'm not gonna lie. $250 would be the most I ever spent on a board game. And I do love the company. I think they're fantastic, and I think they deserve everything they're getting, and I think we'll see what happens. We'll see what my ultimate decision is. I'm not going to make it right now. I have 3 weeks to decide. I'll probably... Well, you'll either see an unboxing of it, or I will talk about it in a future video about what I did or didn't do. But yeah, my brain is going to be working overtime the next 3 weeks on this decision. For those of you who haven't watched me before, and you're this far in, holy moly, I don't know what you're doing, but congratulations, you're a cool person. I operate on a budget every year, so I give myself $100 a month, so I'm at $1,200 a year for a board game budget. And I stick to that pretty good, but that means that $150 investment is a pretty big chunk of that. Now, that being said, games going out, I add, so if I sell games, that obviously goes into the budget that I have. So typically it's probably, closer to $1,500 with games going out and things like that, just depending on what I end up selling and stuff like that. But that being said, this will be the most I'd ever spent on a board game with the base game plus the expansions. And as much as I love the company, I haven't played the base game enough because of, obviously there's the rule changes which could affect that. So this is a very, very difficult one for me. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. And like I said, the next 3 weeks will be interesting on how my brain turns out. I'll check back, probably not daily, but I'll check back, kind of see unlocks, see what their daily reveals are, if it's more stuff, if it's more content, things like that. That could ultimately tip me over the edge. But I mean, they're already banging through stretch goals, so they're going to keep going with those. What do they already have? Like 5, 6, something like that. Yeah, so more cards. Well, not more cards, more fancy box things. So, yeah. Cool. Man. I'm not disappointed. I'm not. I just, like, when you set things in your brain of, like, maybe it's a good reason not to do this, is like when you put something in your mind of like, what's it going to cost, and then it goes over that, it takes your brain some time to adjust. So I'm going to have to adjust, and we'll see what happens ultimately. It's a lot of content. It is a lot of content. It's almost as much as the base game. So there is that. Anyway, if you've made it this far, I'm going to give you so many points. You get 49 points. So, which is very close to unlocking yourself a promo, pick a promo sort of thing, out of some possible I have. But yeah, so feel free to comment down below if you found this video at all interesting, entertaining, if your brain's going through the same thing. Feel free to shout out, talk to me, and yeah, If not, keep on keeping on out there. Have fun. Play games. Do cool things. You know, just be a good person. Love ya, and we will talk to y'all later. Bye!